Hello and welcome to this week's video. So I always call this the energy forecast, and you know me, something changes and I feel like changing. So calling it the energy forecast, I think it has put a certain pressure, if you will, to deliver a specific kind of message. And as you know, maybe you're not new here. If you are new here, my way is very much so trusting what comes through and following that. So full transparency, I guess I'll still call it the energy forecast. I don't know. If you guys have any tips on what to call this, my message for the week, I guess you could say. But it's not just for the week, you know, it applies to many other parts of life and something you can always come back to. So on that note, I want to make my announcements first because I always forget. If you're liking this content, please like and subscribe. I'm going to put a little tag thing up there, and that helps me so much. So thank you to all those subscribers and all the likes. It is greatly appreciated. And another announcement is that I have my monthly group healing. It's a little early. I usually do it towards the end of the month, but I am hosting it on February 2nd, which is Wednesday. The number 2 for me has always been a really powerful number. And it's a potent energy when there's that many numbers 2, 2, 2, 2 lined up. So yeah, I'm doing it on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do the live call. So it's a conference call. You call in, everyone's muted, and I channel the healing. And then afterwards, I send a recording of the healing. So if you don't make it live, or if at any point you want to play it back, you can. So if you'd like to join that, I will put the information in the box below where you put information. All right, so before I popped on here, I got the word transparency popped into my head. And transparency is a wonderful thing. If you're signing a contract, you want transparency. If you're getting into a relationship, you want transparency. This is I would say, fundamental desire we have as humans is for transparency. And when someone isn't being transparent, we can feel it, right? I guess that's kind of where this shift in terms of like calling this the energy forecast is coming from, is that kind of this sense of transparency. Like, I don't want to tell you what your week's gonna be like. I want to be a guide. I want to be a support for you, but I don't want to be this like, this is what you're gonna face, this is how you deal with it, and good luck. I want to be, it's like a friend walking along a path with you, and they've walked the path in their own way, and they're happy to assist you when you need, but ultimately your friend wants you to experience the path for yourself, and I want you to experience your week for yourself. But me as a guide alongside of you, if you need a little encouragement, if you need a little redirection, recalibration, I would love to be that soft place to land for you. So transparency is quite challenging because it leaves us susceptible to judgment. When we are transparent, it's like peeling back all the layers. It's like you're being naked with your expression, right? You're being your truest self when you're being transparent, and that causes sometimes this feeling that I'm now vulnerable because you see me, because I'm being honest, because I'm being completely transparent and not withholding anything. Now, if you judge me, it is me you're judging. It is not the pretend version of myself that I'm showing you to hopefully get your acceptance. So it's no wonder people have such a hard time being transparent. And it's no wonder people enjoy the work that I do, that it's like, oh, this breath of fresh air, because I'm all about keeping it real. So when you think about transparency and that desire to have that from the world around you, from the people around you, from your doctor, from really, I mean, the food you eat, right? You want to know what's in there. You don't want to be scammed. You want to know when you book a session with me that I'm giving you exactly what I said I would. You want transparency, and we seek it everywhere. Are they telling the truth? Is that the truth? Is is that really what's going on here? I'm, having a day with my hair, just really not loving it. So excuse the fixing, but keeping it real. So we desire transparency so much, but it's almost like we say, you tell me the truth first, then I'll expose myself. The funny thing about that is, unless you're being transparent with yourself, you're being honest with yourself about all the things, then you're not going to see that given back to you out in the world, or there will be the very random and few and far between person that delivers you that dose of transparency that you seek, and it's gonna be like, oh, what does he have going on? What has she got? What is it? Transparency. There's an honesty, there's a light that shines much brighter inside a person when they're being transparent. You feel more relaxed around someone that's being transparent. We use our words so much, but energetically, there is so much information being exchanged. And when someone's lying or just trying to, not in a malicious way, but trying to cover up a part of themselves for fear of judgment, we just want to be loved, we just want to be accepted. So it's not a bad thing, it's just a thing we do that is a little bit of a barrier, right? If I'm talking to you and I have my hand like this, like, you're talking to me, right? We're connecting. But what about when I do this? Right? There's an openness. There's a clear line of energy going between you and I now. With this, there's a wall. There's a little bit of like navigating around it. But when I'm completely open and transparent, the exchange feels clearer and cleaner and more beneficial. So we have tendencies, say you are a smoker and you hear all this stuff about how bad it is for you, and there's a stigma around it, and so you keep it under wraps. It's something that you have been maybe shamed for before, and it's like, you know what, I'm still gonna do this. I just don't want people to give me shit about it, so I'll just keep it under wraps. Totally fine. The important piece is telling yourself the truth. Yes, I do this. Yes, it's not my most wonderful quality and habit that I have, but it's something I do that I want to keep doing. Transparency. Because when or if the day comes where someone confronts you about your behavior or just a quality you have, when you're fully transparent with yourself, you're like, oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm very aware of that. But when you're not transparent with yourself, someone comes up to you and you get on, you go on the defense, right? You get ready to attack back because you feel attacked, because it's like, you caught me off guard because you noticed something in me that I'm not even aware of. So if you're seeking transparency from other people, my advice is to start with yourself. Start being really honest about those areas where you're not thriving, or you don't love it so much, or you want to be better, you want to be different. I had a conversation with a girlfriend over the weekend. I had found a photo of Brad and I from 6 years ago, so just when we started dating. And we were having a conversation about it, and she asked me if I was okay, and I was like, yeah, I really am okay. And me being honest with myself about how I felt seeing that picture, sending it to my friend, having a conversation about it, it was like I took a pain point, some wound, I acknowledged it. I'm like, yep, it's here. I see that. I'm going to share it with a friend, and we're going to flush it out. And we did. And she, when she asked if I was okay, I said, yeah, I think opening up and sharing made me feel okay. But I had to own it myself that this is causing some disturbance for me. This is hard for me right now, and I don't want to talk to Brad about it. Who do I want to, you know what? I'm going to talk to her. My friend Lauren. Yeah, that's a good one. And I shared it with her, and she gave me some feedback, and it was beautiful. So transparency allows us to open up and connect with people in ways that we wouldn't otherwise. And I've been friends with her since I was in first grade. So really one of my very first friends, and we've been best friends ever since. So we've always had a really wonderful relationship where we both could be ourselves. And over the past year, we, on an individual basis, are coming closer to who we are. She has become a mother now of 2. I have, of course, started my business and continued to evolve through the process of owning my own business. And her and I can connect on such a deep level because we don't even have to share who we are, because we've known each other for so long, but we continue to change and update. So we kind of like update each other, but also, oh my goodness, we also revisit old things that happened and help each other process. So I know not everybody is blessed with a friend like mine, but you do have a friend. You have reached your happy. You have this point where you can continue to come back to. You can come back to this video or any video and reflect back. You can make a session with me. You can just message me. You can email me. And feeling free to be transparent, because that is part of the reason I feel a need to be transparent, is because I know how freeing it is, and I want to gift that to as many people in the world as I possibly can. And if you've been in session with me, we talk about all the stuff, whatever stuff is up, sometimes unexpected stuff. And it's not that I don't care. I was going to say, I don't care what you have going on. I don't care that you have this or that, or you cheated or whatever. I don't care. I'm not here to take my measuring stick out and measure how much of a fuck up you are, or how much of a wonderful person you could be and you're not. Like, I'm not here to judge that. I want to be a sounding board for you to flesh some stuff out and to take your own measuring stick to yourself. I don't care to measure you. I'm measuring me. I don't need to measure you. That's not my job. My job is to assist you in looking at any area of your life that you're like, I want to adjust this measurement. This isn't adding up. I don't like the size of this anymore. I want to shift it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. If you're like, no, I want to stay in this relationship and I want to keep going through the cycle. All right, let's do it. How can I support you in that? It's it's such a beautiful thing that we have free will as humans. But how often are we stunting our own growth or our own sense of inner freedom because we're not being transparent with ourselves? We're not keeping it real with the most important person in our lives. When I started being, it's funny, when I'm alone is when I have felt my best. And until I started opening up to Brad, my fiance, I only, like, I was fine being around other people, but it was like, oh, I just need my alone time so I can like just be transparent. I could just be myself. And over this 6-year period with him, I have allowed myself. He didn't let me, he didn't, you know, necessarily encourage me. I allowed myself to continue to be more transparent. And what I kept reminding myself of was, there's gonna come a day and a time in my life where whether he's sick or I'm sick, and I wanna be able to express myself. I wanna be able to be whatever it is I am in that moment with this person. This person, I'm choosing this person to be that person for me. When the going's good, you can get along with anybody. It's when shit gets tough that it's really challenging. So at first, I kind of treaded lightly about who I was and what have you, and now it's like he knows me better than I know myself. He has to remind me, Laura, you love this, you're good at this, this is what you need to work on, but you're yelling at the wrong person. And I'm like, thank you. But like, let me see, I maybe it's not all games, but most games, oops, Siri just started. Weird is that? Most games. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say? I don't have Siri on voice command, so I'm not sure why that happened. Strange. You know what? I'm gonna wrap it up right here because I have completely lost my train of thought. So I guess we're done. My phone's like, yep, we'll wrap it up right here. Thank you for tuning in. Much love to you. I hope you're enjoying the messages and getting something out of it. If you do, please spread the word. I used to have this and I used to promote it, but you know, things just kind of slip out of your mind. For referrals, if you refer a friend, please have that friend let me know who sent them, or you can email me like, hey, my friend Billy just came to see you, you know, and you can get 10% off any session, and that's like forever. Rather, for each referral, you can use 10% off. What else was I going to say? Yeah, I'm kind of spotty right now. Guess that's it. Yes, that's it. Thank you guys so much. So much love to you. Take good care and keep me posted on your progress, on your shifts. Remember too, it's winter time, right? It is hibernation time. So if this isn't your blooming season, you're not alone, and just take good care. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.